Hello everyone, welcome back to this series of Git tutorials. So this is basically an hands-on session. That means by the end of this video you will have Git running on your local system and you will be having your identity configured and the SSH keys generated, which is used for authentication to GitHub, and finally the connection will be established between Git and GitHub. Okay, so let's directly get into it. So in order to install Git, before starting, like, this video is mainly for Windows operating system. So in order to install Windows Git client for Windows, so you need to navigate to this particular URL, and depending on your operating system, whether it is 32 or 62 64 bit, based on that you need to download the specific version. So in this case my system is 64x64, so I'll be downloading this. So you can just click on this, or you can either click on this, click here to download the latest version. So let the download be completed. So once the download is done, so we will be installing and we'll be running this series of commands which are handy. So first we'll be installing Git, then we'll be checking the version to make sure like Git is installed properly. And there are some other commands that allows you to see the location where the Git client is installed, and SSH keys generation, and make sure like you are connected Git with the GitHub. So it means, so whenever that connection is being established, so what you can do is you can just go to that particular GitHub and you can push the code to the repositories. Okay, I think I have this Git already installed, so let me check. Yeah, so here I do have Git already there, so I would be canceling this download since the Git is already present. So I just need to click on open, and you can always see the default settings. So if you can see, so this is the UI setup guide, so you can just click on next. So this is where the Git will be installed. So next, and you can just click on next. So next, you can just click on next. With the default settings, you need not change anything here, so you can directly click on install. So what it does is it will just install the Git on your local system. So once it is done, let us cross verify it once and configure the username and the email. Yeah, so let us wait for this to be completed. Yeah, so the installation is done. You can just uncheck this view release notes and you can just click on launch git bash and then click on finish. So it will just open the git bash. So this is the terminal, git bash terminal. So let me zoom in for a clear visibility. So next step, what you need to do is you just need to cross verify the version of git that is being installed. So that can be done by using git space hyphen hyphen version. So it will show you with the version of git that is being installed, which is 2.54.0. Then if you want to see the location where git is installed, you can just enter this command, which git. So it will show you with the location where the git is being installed. So I think it is taking this particular location. So then as a next step, what you need to do is you just need to configure the username and the email. Okay, so for that I will just directly copy this command and I will just paste it. So here if you can see git config, this global is nothing but, as in the first video I have explained, like it will be applicable for all the repos in this particular system and for this particular account. So user.name is Shivakrishna.Dupalli. Let me click on just enter. So this configuration is done. Now let me configure this email ID. So user.email. So you can just enter the email ID. So once it is done, like what you need to do, you just need to set the default branch. So this is optional. If you want to set any branch as a default branch, you can do it by using this particular command. So the only difference is that in order to set the default branch, you need to use init.defaultBranch. Then you can click on main. So it is done. So then as a next step, if you want to see all the configuration settings that you just made, like you have configured this username, email, and the default branch, right? So that can be viewed by using this particular command, git space config hyphen list. Yeah, so if you can see here, the user.name is configured and user.email is configured and the default branch is also configured. So this is how you will be configuring your username, your email, as well as the default branch in Git. Okay, so this part is done. Now let us try to establish a connection between Git and GitHub. So for that, what you need to do is you need to generate a key, RSA key for your account, for your email ID. So for that, the command is this. So I'll be also adding these commands in the description as well. So you can just go through it for your practice. So let me display this terminal. Yeah. So if I click on enter, so you can just enter with an empty name, like, yeah, if you see, the key has been generated, the key fingerprint is this, but it won't be printing. So this is being saved in this particular location. Okay, if you can see users, the user account name .ssh, and this is the key. I mean, this is the file which has that particular key. Now what you need to do is, after this key is being generated, you need to configure this key in the GitHub for the authentication to be established. So for that, what you need to do is you can just first search for that file, whether it is present or not, to make sure. This is just a confirmation. Definitely it will be there. Yeah, if you can see, the keys are already there. Okay, so now what you need to do, you need to get that value of that particular key, right? So the content of that particular key. So for that, what you can do is you can just enter this particular command, which will display you with the key. So this is the key. So what you need to do, you just need to copy this particular key and you need to configure it in GitHub. So I already have my GitHub repository open. So I mean, let me take you to back to the navigations. So for example, here you do have the home screen. Sorry for the internet connection, it seems it's a bit slow. Yeah, so this is the repository. You can directly go to the settings. Yeah, under settings you can click on this deploy keys. Yeah, so you can just click on add deploy key. Then you can enter some title, like for example, git authentication with GitHub. Okay, so you can just paste this and you can just add, if you want, you can just add the right access or you can just uncheck it. Just click on add key. Okay, so yeah, so let me verify it via email. So you need to verify to make sure the right person is doing that particular operation. So yeah, let me open my email so that I will get that code. Moment. Yeah, yeah. Oh, it's failed. So let me try to verify it again. I think I might have entered the wrong code. Yeah, so I was getting a series of codes. So 478614. Yeah. So finally it's done, guys. So not sure what's the problem. I was entering the right key, but for some reason it was not working. So maybe the key might have got expired. Sorry for that. So now, if you see, the authentication token has been added to GitHub. So it means like the connection is established between Git and GitHub. So in order to verify that, you can just enter this particular command and it will show you with the welcome message. Okay, so let me enter this and just remove any leading or trailing spaces, then I'll click on enter. So this should show you with the welcome message. If you can see, hi Shiva Tech Hub Git, you have successfully authenticated, but GitHub doesn't provide shell access. So which is expected. So it means like you have successfully authenticated your Git client with GitHub. Okay. Yeah, so hope you like this video, guys. So if you have any queries regarding this particular setup in local, you can always comment on this video. And if you like the content, please don't forget to like, share and subscribe to the channel, and also stay tuned for the more updates. Thank you.